Welcome back to What She Said Sports. Yay! We made it to Saturday night. All right. So, you know what? It's a lot good. It's a lot of good happening. It's a lot of good happening. We're gonna give people time to catch up to us. If you hear loud noise, I have the door open. We up pretty high, but you might still hear some noise that's not, birds. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. How's your Saturday going? Might be cool to start off with a game. Y'all know it's Saturday night. We're not too far from game night. Let's see. I have to make sure I know what this one says first. Oh, I like this one. Okay, so this one ties right into, let me type the letters in the chat first. It ties right into what we're talking about tonight. That's the letters in the chat that we have to actually solve for in this this puzzle right here. All right, y'all see KTSE, KTSE, KTSE. All right, it's in the chat. Okay, so tonight we're talking about how people are backpedaling. And it is only the beginning because why? Y'all know Shedeur balling out, right? Lajohntay balling out. Jimmy Horn Jr. balling out. Travis Hunter balling out. So what does that mean? It means all of the Colorado Buffs that were drafted are pro ready. That's exactly what it means. Shout out to Coach Prime. And since y'all want to know why I probably have DJ McKinney on the thumbnail, because the CU Buffs are up. And he's the first person to be added to the list as finalists for awards. So you know what? The CU Buffs are up. The season is sold out. Season tickets for the third year in a row are sold out. It has been a long time since Colorado had a sold out season. So it shows that Coach Prime, being a top 5 most influential college football coach, is spot on. It confirms that the Prime effect is alive and well, even after what? After people said Shedeur Sanders was misguided. And they trying to say by his father, the Hall of Famer from the NFL, who employs many NFL coaches and Hall of Famers such as Marshall Faulk. It shows that it was the right thing to do to bring in Coach Swayze. It was the right thing to do to bring in Warren Sapp for the defense. Pat Schumer offense, Doc Livingston. It shows that Coach Prime knows exactly what he's doing because why? He's NFL Gold Jacket Hall of Famer, and the Prime effect is alive and well even after they tried to smear it up in the NFL draft by pushing all of our guys down. They devalued every last one of them, and except for Travis. And that's how you know there's an ulterior motive. Because how can Coach Prime be spot on with Shedeur but miss the boat with Travis when he actually helped to develop Travis into who he is? We all know that if Travis went to Florida State, how many of you think that he would have played on both sides of the ball? And then how many of you think Travis Hunter would have won the Heisman at Florida State? I'll wait. Go ahead on and put your opinion in the chat. Because that wouldn't have happened. Travis Hunter would have been relegated to one side of the ball, and they would have felt like they knew best. Travis Hunter went to Florida State to be like the best, Coach Prime. Then he went to Jackson State to learn from the best. And then he went to Colorado and he developed into the best with whose tutelage? Coach Prime. But yet Travis Hunter was not misguided. Shedeur Sanders was misguided. Jimmy Horn Jr. is the darling of the Carolina Panthers. I watched the Carolina Panthers YouTube page and actually subscribe to it. And all of the top videos have who in it and feature who? Number 15, Jay Fleazy. They love Jimmy Horn Jr. Lajohntay, top 4 fastest? Baltimore Ravens, now here standout in OTAs too. Just like Shedeur, just like Jimmy Horn Jr., and just like Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter with his gazelle-like height leaps in the air. It's a pass so pretty that he caught as a wide receiver, something they said he wasn't as good as. He was a better cornerback. I knew he was a better wide receiver. People who claim to be experts are now saying Shedeur Sanders should start. Of course he should. He should also been drafted number 2. But now that you done stole his money, he should start. After you devalued him. After you tried to hold the CU guys back, but hold out Travis like he didn't come out of Colorado. So Colorado had 2 first-round draft picks. And if you ask me, Jimmy Horn Jr. should have been a late first-round draft pick. So we could have had 3. The Carolina Panthers media loves Jimmy Horn Jr. and he out here balling out. I checked the depth chart again like it was going to change. He's still number 3 behind somebody who technically has a question mark beside their name. He going to get on up there. Everything they said about him, Jimmy Horn Jr., we already knew. They said Lajohntay caught a pass in traffic. He also caught a Hail Mary from Shedeur Sanders that was unbelievable. And because his technique was so good, he knew to keep his hands closed tight and not even give the appearance of that ball touching the ground in the Baylor game. They said he caught a difficult catch. That Baylor Hail Mary was a difficult catch because it was raining, too. Travis Hunter looking good. Of course he does. He's the Heisman winner. Why are we surprised? You shouldn't be surprised at his wide receiver skills if you watched him play against Colorado State. When the first half of his body went in one direction over the arms of the defender and his torso to the rear, to the bottom, went to the left. That will always be one of Travis Hunter's best catches, in addition to the one where he goes up in traffic with 3 defenders nearby, 2, one flanking his left, one flanking his right. He catches the ball, falls on the ground on his side, and maintains ball control for a complete pass or possibly a touchdown as a wide receiver. So he playing the right position. Will he be cornerback 2? Who will be cornerback 2? That's up to Jacksonville to decide. It really don't matter, to be honest. Because what he's going to do focused on only one side is going to be explosive. So it's all looking good for CU. Maybe that's not what they intended. Maybe they thought they would destroy the program and Juju would leave and everybody else would leave and nobody would want to stay and we wouldn't get any recruits. We get new O-linemen every day. And I thought we would finish recruiting. The Trenches coaching staff is on display by CU so people can know the pathway is through the trenches. They still coming. Despite the bullshit. Shedeur still balling. Despite the bullshit. Jimmy Horn Jr. still the twitchiest receiver. Despite the bullshit. And Lajohntay still making difficult passes and being an end zone magnet despite the bullshit. So you think that would be a lesson to people? Just leave them CU boys alone. Just let them go head on and take their rightful place in the NFL because they're going to get there anyway. DJ McKinney, in my opinion, is about to become the face of the Colorado Buffs, and he'll probably share that with number 77. But I already heard the wide receiver corps is lit again. I heard them boys hungry, led by who? O Miller, and y'all know he a dog. Can't wait to see him play. Then we got Timmons, who was hurt last year with a boot on his foot. It's off. Then we got, I can't remember his name, save my life, but he got the little curly hair, and he got height, and he seems to be a go-to for Cater. I can see his face, but don't know his name, but I know he good. To start with a J. Then we got Gibson, speedster. Then we got Farrakhan, Khalil X, a dog. So Are they going to run it back? Get to a bowl game? I think so. Big 12 championship, if the refs do their job and not interfere. Yep. Third season in a row sold out. Prime effect is live and well. So that's what we're talking about tonight. We up. Buffs in the NFL, up. CU, up. Everybody getting excited about the games. The tickets sold out. People want to plan, ready to go to the games, ready to show up. We can't wait to see them play in the NFL and on Saturdays. Our weekend's about to be packed all the way to the Natty. Last year we were ranked when the season ended. This year I heard we're not even ranked. I don't even know how that happened when nothing happened in the off season. So yeah, they still gonna come with the bullshit. But is it gonna stop us? No. No need to panic. But I heard there is a form on the NCAA site to complain against referees, and I will be sharing the link when the season starts. Because we will be holding some folks accountable. We are not gonna let them cheat these boys. We're not gonna do it. The CU aunties ain't nothing to play with. They over there on Twitter letting you know they got their coffee ready. Say you better leave their nephew alone. They not playing either. In fact, I wonder what CU aunties are in Cleveland because I would like to talk. These guys are loved, cherished, protected. That goes for the coaches too. And the players in the NFL. And they bringing that same energy to the NFL. I think Miss Mary Catherine already figured it out, saying that Shedeur Sanders' fan base is loud and proud. We are football fans. And we don't play about these guys. And we want to see good football. So maybe you just need to get out the way and sit down somewhere. The days that get closer and closer as OTAs are wrapping up next week, then everybody's talking about preseason, who's playing who. Then we getting ready to find out who's going to start for CU. The summer going to go by fast. Colorado getting ready for clinics. Today I saw they getting their AstroTurf ready. They converting from grass to AstroTurf. It's a lot going on. Everything's supposed to be done by July 1. The media team is sending me articles talking about the cut dates in the NFL down to the 53-man roster. So we get ready to hook a left into the season. And I think we're ready. As I hear people begin to backpedal, analysts. Oh, yeah, Shedeur should start. Yeah, I'm going side-eye. But at the same time, it's true. He should start. I see quotes saying, apparently Joe Flacco said he ain't mentoring nobody. And that's not why I'm here. I'm here to hold on to my job as long as possible. And he know, just like I know, it's been since 2017 since he played the whole season. It was 2017 the last time he played at least 16 games. And it's 17 games in a season. And I thought about the Super Bowl. And I thought about how ain't no way Joe Flacco can withstand what the hell Pat Mahomes could not in the Super Bowl. Because that was crazy. 40-year-old Joe Flacco, imagine him in Pat Mahomes' place, fending off the defensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles. No, it's not happening, bro. So, yes, Shedeur Sanders should start. Yes, Cleveland need to stop with the bullshit. Yes, Mary Catherine need to leave Shedeur the hell alone. No, we don't like it. Yes, them CU aunties ain't playing. Sure, I might be one. But we up. That's what matters. We made it to the other side after all of the efforts and attempts to devalue the program, to devalue Coach Prime, to devalue the Prime effect, to devalue Shedeur, to push down Lajohntay, to push down Jimmy Horn Jr., and to only see Travis. We made it. Everybody's up. Everybody. So, I don't know if y'all guessed it yet. KTSE. Let's see if anybody guessed it. The clue is do what you've been doing. If that's how you was moving, keep moving like that. You say he not good, okay. Keep that same energy. The apology needs to be just as loud as the disrespect. We got receipts and we not afraid to use them. I saw Coach Prime on Asante Samuel's podcast. He talked about that he was hurt after the way they did him. And that makes sense because he's human, and what they did was stab him in the back. All for what? It is not to devalue Colorado's program. And it's not to devalue the prime effect. That was a bonus. I told you what it's about. 17-32. And since we get ready to hook this left into the season, you're going to see how hard they fight for Shedeur to start. And if they can't fight it no more, because it's becoming obvious, let's see how that O-line do. Let's make sure he don't get injured. Let's make sure he don't get sick and everybody else is good and they all ate the same food. Let's make sure if he got to get an injection that no doctor punctures his lung. Let's make sure that, like Joe Gilliam, because another quarterback want to trade, somebody else gets the run of the Super Bowl. I'm studying Joe Gilliam, and just a little bit that I know is heartbreaking. But it's more of the same of what's been happening with these black quarterbacks, and that is why I am telling y'all, like I told you 14 days before the draft, it's memorialized, it's on Spotify, it's on YouTube. Is there a plot to humiliate and embarrass Shedeur Sanders? How could I ask that 14 days before the NFL draft? It's out there. And that's how I know that this has absolutely nothing to do with Coach Prime and everything to do with Shedeur Sanders being the elite black quarterback who, if he was drafted like he was supposed to in the first round, he would be 17 of 32. I've said that so many times now, I just put 17-32. How would I know 14 days before the draft that there was a plot to humiliate Shedeur Sanders? Because I watch a lot of football and I watch a lot of programs. When people say this is about Coach Prime, that's letting the NFL off the hook. Coach Prime is the mask that they are wearing. To do what? To cover up the fact that they didn't want the draft to end with 17 black starting quarterbacks. Because it's known in the NFL what? If you get drafted in the first round, you start. That's why they locked him out of the first round. Now, how they going to lock him out of QB1 in Cleveland when he's the best QB they have, and the only person they could possibly put in front of him, just say for NFL experience sake, is 40 years old, and there's no way he could withstand the pressure that Pat Mahomes had to endure and could not withstand himself from the Super Bowl. They got to play Philadelphia. Like Flacco say, I'm just trying to hold on to my job as much as I can, and he know he can't go 14 games with pressure, 17 games with pressure, and if they get to the playoffs, 18. Not going to happen. And now they realize that. It's not that they realize that Shedeur is good, that Jimmy is good. That's what they told you. Everything that they are saying about these guys, Lajohntay catching difficult passes, Travis looking like a pro, Jimmy, the twitchiest receiver, Shedeur, excellent ball placement, elite ball placement. All of that was proven from CU. And just because they want these guys to leave their college experience behind does not negate their experience. And it shows that all of these guys were drafted too late, except for Travis. And you can't say it's about the CU program and they draft Travis. You can't say it's about Shedeur Daddy when it's not about Shiloh. And when Joe Gilliam is not Coach Prime's son. You can start there. What happened to Joe Gilliam? We're going to talk about it in a few days. It's heartbreaking. And every time I do one of these career case studies and compare them to Shedeur, it's heartbreaking. And when I actually start and when I wrap it up and I get ready to present it, the first thing that jumps out at me now is the patterns of what they do to abuse these guys and devalue them. They did it to Shedeur. And we're not going to let them get away with it by saying, oh, they got beef with Coach Prime. No, they don't. Because Coach Prime was on the NFL Ring of Honors in the Super Bowl weekend. I saw him standing next to Bill Belichick as a special guest. They don't have no beef with Bill Belichick. It's not about Coach Prime, so you got to stop saying it. It's not about the program. That was a bonus. That's the mask that they're wearing to hide the racism, because the racism is not new. And they don't want to be exposed again for race norming, which is exactly what they're doing. And they already paid $1 billion settlement in 2021 for it. But here we go. It's 2025 and you still doing it. You just doing it through the draft instead of with concussion payments. But if you believed in 2021 that Black NFL players have lower cognitive functioning and therefore inferior to white NFL players, you believe it in 2025. And that's why you saw Shedeur get locked out of the first round and pushed all the way down. Because their philosophy is if you get drafted in the first round, you start. If you get drafted in the fifth round, ain't no way. Which is why there's even a weird debate about if he should start or not. Do you hear debate about Cam Ward starting in Tennessee? No. He's expected to start because he's a first round draft pick. That's why Shedeur Sanders was locked out of the first round. It's not about Coach Prime. I feel like this might be the masterclass to racism because people think because they took one Black quarterback out of 3 and drafted the one first, oh, that covers it. I'm not racist. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's a term that came out of the 70s, that came out of the 80s called a token. And I'm sure they know it well because when you look at their hiring practices, they have tokens. It used to be called a token Black. If you know anything about history, that was the one Black person that white people hired so people could get off their backs about them being racist. They don't like being called racist, but they don't mind being racist. So despite all of the racism and the negative effects on every last one of them, with the exception of Travis, Coach Prime developed him too, just like he developed Shedeur, just like Tom Brady did, just like Jeff Blake did. How many people y'all saw Travis Hunter working out with that didn't belong to CU? So they up, and I'm happy about it. And when we go into next week, here's what we're looking for. We're looking for Shedeur Sanders to ball out again. This time, it's going to be offense and defense. Okay? We're looking for Jimmy Horn Jr. to keep balling out and hopefully make it to that number 2 wide receiver spot. But if he had 3, it's okay. But I expect him to keep going because the person in front of him has a question mark. Lajohntay, we expect him to keep balling out. He already the number 2 receiver. Travis, we expect him to keep balling out. He's obviously, from what I understand, practicing receiver, but learning cornerback in the NFL. I don't have any expectations outside of that for Travis. Whatever happens with Travis, guys, will let it be done. That's just how I feel about it. Then we have Cameron Steele McCraig and BJ Green. I pray they make the team. And then Shiloh. Shiloh's fourth on the depth chart. But the Bucs showed him some love in their latest social media posts. And I said, it's nice to see Shiloh get some love from the Bucs. I see all the other guys get it. And his footwork is good. He deserves the shine. He looks good. Shout out to Coach Swayze. And I want you to know, if they attack Shiloh and they wave him and don't nobody pick him up, that's just to keep hiding behind that mask. Shiloh looks good. Have y'all seen Shiloh catch a pass like he a receiver? Go up for it, snag it, hold on to it, come down with it, protect it. So when I saw him fourth on the depth chart, I was a little disappointed. Because that's just a mask. He's good. He's actually better than he was before. And y'all know Shiloh was a dog. I said if they just hire Shiloh to blitz the QB, they get their money's worth. I'm serious. And now with his footwork, going up for passes like he a receiver, you put that to the hardest hitting safety in college football. Their year one at CU, and he should be second on the depth chart. Everybody's proud of Shedeur because he was faced with what a lot of people say are microaggressions, harassment by a reporter out of Cleveland who thinks his fan base is loud and proud. And everybody applauds him for how well he handled it. I said, once again, Coach Prime raised his children well. How to handle the pressure. People coming around, invading your space, trying to poke at you. I'm like, it's funny how she had 100 questions for Shedeur, but she didn't have no questions for nobody else. That's so obvious. The NFL needs to rein her in. So next week is crucial for all the guys because all OTA seems to be happening at the same time. 3 days next week. I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. After that, people could be cut. It doesn't mean they have to wait to get down to the 53-man roster. We know Cleveland has to do something about their quarterback situation. Will they waive Shedeur and keep hiding behind that mask? And will they waive Shiloh and Shedeur to make that mask, that's all you could look at is that mask, which is essentially saying this Coach Prime fault, but we haven't seen him do anything. We do know he's the most influential college one of the most influential college quarterbacks, right? Sold out again 3 seasons in a row, and don't nobody give a damn what happened in the NFL draft. We go and see the Buffs. Be rooting for these guys to win. The floodgates didn't open like they thought it would. Or maybe they didn't care if it did or it didn't because it's not about that. If they want these guys to leave all their college success at the door, why would you meddle with the NFL? Why would the NFL meddle with Coach Prime's program? But then 15 out of 16 get associated with the NFL in some way. I think Justin Mayers is in Denver. So all the guys that got drafted get talked about, and they all showed that they're ready. They're pro-ready. They all could actually start. But see, there's politics at play. See, in Carolina, Jimmy McMillan went first. So I think one person, Jerry, might have said it, or James may have said it, that McMillan goes for the long, deep passes, and Jimmy Horn Jr. gets the short routes to get the first down, et cetera, this, that, and the other, and can snag the deep passes too. So maybe they play at the same time. But the politics at play here is where you drafted, gets drafted matter. The first round draft picks get all the attention. But they love Jimmy on their social media because all of his videos have the most views. All of them. I was like, wow. And you know, they're doing a good job in Carolina. They got a segment like Get in the Cart, where you ride in the cart with this guy and he asks you questions. I don't know who he is. I guess he's a media person. It's cute. I like it. I like their social media, how well put together it is. They don't have the appearance of any type of racial politics. They over there look like they just trying to get it together and who gonna start and who gonna show up and who gonna get us to the next level. That's really what Carolina looks like they're doing. Same thing for the Baltimore Ravens, where Lajohntay is. Lamar Jackson came back excited, running into the facility, putting on his helmet like a kid getting ready to go outside and play backyard football with his cousins. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, they're a good dynamic duo, but he got some good receivers too. So check, Baltimore looking good. Tampa, I don't see a lot out of Tampa, but they did show Shiloh love. I'm happy to see that. And then there's Cleveland, the most talked about team. And guess who posted Shedor's Twitch stream? It's still in my phone. I just haven't had time to post it yet. The Cleveland Browns, to the tune of 132,000 views on their page. Let's see if they leave him alone about his Twitch streaming and let him do what 7.2 million Twitch streamers do. And I'm talking about active Twitch streamers. They have 9 million, but only 7.2 million are active. I'm probably one of the inactive ones. That's what we've come to expect from Shedeur. That's what we want to see. And the fact that they posted it on their page means they ought to leave him alone. And the rest of these guys need to catch up. This 2025, why y'all scared to pick up a camera? Because that's the culture that the NFL set. Coach Prime got a $54 million contract. He started with a $29 million contract. So essentially, he transformed himself after the NFL career on the field and then again at the desk. And it could have ended right there. It could have ended right there. He can go play golf every day. But guess what? He transformed himself again. And now we say he's legendary at coaching in the very short amount of time that he's been there. Jackson State, Colorado going on season 3. I know when he was at Jackson State, the vet was rocking and it was full in the rain because I was there. And sometimes I look at Jackson State like just simpler times. Just after all of the racial politics these guys got to deal with, and NFL and all of the hatred toward the program year 1 and year 2 from the refs, I was like, you know what? We didn't have none of this at Jackson State. We didn't have none of this. I was like, I wonder sometime in Coach Prime where I'm going to go. I should have just stayed at Jackson State. Because I'm going to tell you, it's a lot. But these guys are learning to meet. See, this is beyond adversity, in my opinion. This racism. I don't look at racism like adversity, like you on your way somewhere and you have a flat tire. See, that's different. Because the tire didn't blow and it wasn't designed to take down your entire life and livelihood and mentally disrupt you or mentally challenge you. But that's what racism does. It's designed to break you, make you give up, doubt yourself, tear you down to nothing, make you feel like you have no worth so you don't think that you think highly of yourself. That's a different animal. So I'm happy to see how well Shedeur is handling things. I would like the NFL to rein this woman in because she's not right. She don't breathe over nobody else like that. She don't question other people like that. If that's her reporting style, then it needs to be like that with everybody. And it's not. She's targeting Shedeur. And he's been targeted enough. And yeah, I would like them to do something about it, but I have to remember who it is I'm talking about. The people that still have not been fined for sharing Shedeur Sanders' phone number to 2,000 people who did not need to know. And I knew 14 days before the draft that was applied to embarrass Shedeur. 17 of 32. Let's see what y'all got in the chat today, tonight. Let's see. Hey, Miss Pamela. Hey, Salafi. Keep that same energy. Hey, y'all. Hey, what you say? You back? Keep that same energy. Yep, Salafi got it. That's it. Keep that same energy. Let's make sure the apology to Shedeur is just as loud and collaborative as the disrespect was. The collusion too. Let's see. Oh, hey James. Hey James. Hey Marlon. How you doing? How you doing? It said, did anyone else see the podcast with Asante Samuels and Coach Prime? If you had not recommended, I agree. I'm going to pin this because it is good. Coach Prime was very transparent. I went on to say how he was hurt. It's actually good. People are watching it on their podcast, but just look up, Asante Samuels podcast. It was good. It was good. And, remember I said the other day, Coach Prime posted, I'm going to have to, maybe it's time for a different approach. I think this is what he meant, to sit down and talk about it, because we haven't heard from Coach Prime. And remember, those are his sons, and he know what happened, and that those guys trusted him, and that's his program. And it's a lot. It's a lot to have people entrusting you, and then you have people trying to scapegoat you because they really got something else going on here, and they don't want that to come out. So hey, I'ma just use you. And these are people that he thought was family to him. They stabbed him in the back royally. And he talks about that on Asante Samuels' podcast. And they said it wasn't even a planned podcast, but I'm not surprised, but I am happy that he finally spoke out. And guess who else spoke out? Y'all know Goldberg, right? Associated with the program as well. I think he has a son that still plays for CU. And they talked about, they spoke from the perspective of how hurt the program was about what happened to Shedeur. Did anybody ever see on my IG, I posted a legendary bus going by? It was a bus that already existed. Remember Colorado had a bus, or the pregame show, somebody had a bus. I remember, like a big luxury coach bus. Well, that bus looked like it was transformed into all black, and it said legendary in Shedeur's legendary font. And it was beautiful. And I remember the first time I saw it, I ended up sharing it on my page. And I remember the first time I saw it, it was like chills, because it was like legendary coming to life, coming to fruition. And that wasn't Shedeur bus, as far as I know. That's how much they appreciated what he did for the university. And yeah, the haters are like, he didn't do much. That's definitely not true. They don't even know what he did. And what it shows you is the NFL colluded to tear Shedeur down, and they don't even know who he is, because their scouts clearly didn't do no work, or the reports that got turned in by the scouts didn't get read. Because everybody that was drafted looks like they did when they was at CU, but everybody's amazed by it. So none of y'all from these individual teams had scouts to say that Jimmy was one of the twitchiest receivers out there. Oh, you didn't see it when you came to CU Pro Day. See, that's how you know there was a plot taking place. And everybody was in on it until 47 showed up. Everybody. And that is why we all are like, how the hell everybody else get drafted immediately after Shedeur? That was always the plan. They just didn't know Shedeur was going to go in the 5th round. They thought he was going to go right on out. All of those guys, except for Travis, were supposed to be undrafted free agents. Every last one of them. And now Lajohntay is 2 on the depth chart. Jimmy Horn Jr. is 3 and a media darling. And they can't stop showing his high. And the fans, the Carolina Panthers fans, oh, they salivate. They want to see that. They want to see it when they watching him practice and how crisp he looks. And people are saying, I hate to say it, but I think he the best wide receiver on the team. You heard it from here first. He is. He is. Drafted 6th round, just like Shedeur, the best quarterback on the team. Yeah, and I'm not being biased. Go watch the Carolina Panthers page. Go watch their Instagram. Go look at what they are putting out about Jimmy. You looking at him and you like, he better than everybody. And they know it too. But they got to keep politics at play because they drafted somebody else first. And they pushed him down so far when they really should have took him late first round. If he and McMillan can exist on the field at the same time and they picked him anyway, then they should have went ahead and honored his talent and picked him late first round. And they could coexist on the field just like now. They devalue all those guys. Every last one of them. Yeah, it was nice to see Coach Prime talking peacefully. The first thing Horn Jr. said here in Charlotte is that he has a speed and gear we haven't seen yet. Why hadn't we seen that at CU? Because he got hurt. He got hurt. But if you saw Jimmy Horn Jr. at CU Pro Day, he ran a 4.4, a 4.41. I think it was 4.41. His 40 time, immaculate. And you know they ran it like 3 times. And then he was catching passes from Shedeur. One of them, breathtaking. Perfect placement. Jimmy Horn Jr. used his speed to get down there to get it because what they say Shedeur do, and I saw him do it in practice already, he leads to where he throws the ball to where he wants the receiver to go. See, a lot of people throw directly to the receiver where he is. Shedeur throws ahead and you need to get there. How many times have we seen that? And I don't even know if some of us know that that's what we was looking at. When you watch another quarterback, they throwing right to where that person is. And they want that person to catch it right there. And they want that person to run. Shedeur throws them open. He know where the opening at. They supposed to be watching him. He throw it that way and they go get it. Yup, he throws them open. That's what you want. You don't want somebody that just finds the target and then the wide receiver got to figure out the rest. You want the quarterback to use his what? His brain to go and his football IQ. Okay, they think I'm looking that way, and then I'm gonna instantly throw open this way, and I know he gonna go get it. He know his receivers. It was always said that Shedeur helps to develop his receivers. We saw it with who? We saw it with Will Shepherd. And I didn't even know Xavier Weaver and Jimmy Horn Jr. came from the same school. And I knew that Jimmy Horn Jr. was supposed to go to Jackson State too. All those guys were there because of Shedeur. He had essentially assembled an elite wide receiver room. He stays 5 hours after OTAs. And whoever want to stay with him, he helping to develop them too, whether they know it or not. He know who they are, how they move, and he going to be able to throw them open. In other words, if you in traffic, come over here. It's none over here. I got you. Because he know how to read defenses. Everything that you want from a quarterback is what Shedeur is. Everything that you want from a draft prospect is what every guy that was drafted from CU is. Pro ready. BJ Green looks good to me. Cameron Summer Craig is a dog. I hope they make the team too. They are really good. Everybody that technically came out of CU is good. Because why? They had former NFL coaches, former NFL players. Doc Livingston was a defensive coordinator for the Bengals, I think. Hey, what she said, how you doing? Coach Prime is awesome coach and knows how to develop players. Right, Crowley. And it's so obvious. And it's crazy, you know, how they really tried to hurt these guys. And everybody's up despite that. Everybody. And don't get me wrong, those guys might not say out loud. And yeah, Jimmy Horn Jr. did want to go to Carolina. And he did say it was a wide range. But we all know Jimmy Horn Jr. is better than 6th round talent. Lajohntay too. But it's okay. One thing about these guys, they know how to take a punch in the gut, get back up, or not even let it knock you down and keep it pushing. And be grateful for the opportunity. Because that's what everybody does. And everybody says it. I saw Cameron Summer Craig publish a post recently. God, thank you. Just out the blue, just thank you. There's nothing going on. It just might be a surreal experience and he's happy that he's there. And that's how a lot of them are. They come out to see you with a grateful heart. Because what people don't understand is if you came to chase the bag, you're not staying. I don't think Isaiah Augustave made it back yet, did he? Some people said he was eyeing a return, and some people said that window came and went. It shows. If you make it to see you, you might want to stay there. Don't let nobody play you, because it has happened so many times. Who remembers Bishop Thomas? He said it happened to him when he left. Another guy that went to the same school with him, Georgia State, not too far from me, he said it happened to him, both of them. They said they got lied to. We know that's what Isaiah Augustave said. So this is a lesson to everybody there. Now, Cash Cleveland is at Texas Tech, and y'all know the head coach over there is Coach Prime, good friend. So he probably going to be okay. But some of these guys, they get tricked out their spot. They get tricked out their spot. And you know Coach Prime, he just going to keep it rolling. He has seen it all, except for what happened on draft day. But he knew something was coming, because what did he say? Oh, I'm getting ready to take a vacation ahead of the bull jump in the draft. So he caught wind from somewhere. Maybe somebody was good enough to text him what was going on. And he was right to do so. But yes, he was hurt. And he should have been. Because they made him the sacrifice. It's like a group of people standing around deciding to rob a bank. And they like, who we going to blame it on? Coach Prime. And that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. And now that they done robbed Shedeur of $50 million or gave his money to Travis, because that's exactly what happened. Understand that. Again, trying to divide. And it didn't work. That's why I don't care what Shedeur had on at Travis's wedding. He clearly went to support and wasn't staying because he wanted to get back. Because why? They breathing down his neck. So he going to be on point. He going to be ready because that's who he is anyway. Just like he was not on social media during the week at CU. So everybody up. So we're going to go into next week and we looking for all goodness from everybody again. We want everybody to be healthy. We pray that everybody's safe. We pray that everybody keep balling out. I'm just happy everybody made it through the fire or the backstabbing. Shedeur still got to get his money, whether he start or not. That cannot be forgotten. We're not waiting for 4 years, not doing it. No. There's too many receipts out here. It's too many receipts out here. If I can post 2 weeks before the draft, asking is there a plot to embarrass Shedeur Sanders at the draft like there was Lamar Jackson, there's too many receipts out here. Travis Hunter know how to position his body on offense and defense. His athleticism puts him over the top. Yep. And I think once he gets the receiver side down, whether it's before the first game or before the preseason, before regular season, once he get all that receiver down and how they do what they do, they offense, they system, this, that, and the other, he gonna catch on the defense because he actually said the offense is actually more challenging. He said the defense wasn't hard for him. So I don't know why they like all of a sudden who's cornerback 2, but he is on their CB depth chart. I just think it might be at 3. But I'm happy to see him ball out as receiver. And the other side will come. And to be honest with you, you know, how he does on the receiver side in terms of taking tackles and his body absorbing things, because, you know, we on a different level here. You know, these are grown men. Not everybody's 21. So, if you can ascertain, oh, hey, he can take these hits, he not getting injured and halfway through the season, then maybe. But just because he knows he has the capability, I still don't think he looks at it like it's a different level. He looks at it that it's easier because he doesn't have to go to class. Even Shedeur said, I just go to practice. And I've heard Travis say that too. Oh, it's a piece of cake. I don't have to go to class no more. So yeah, that's one aspect of it. You do, have time, and people think that that's free time. No. They say actually the days of NFL players are long, well into 8 at night. They have to watch film even when they get home. Some of them get together and watch it at one person's house. So you don't have a lot of free time. And just like you don't know that's the intricacies of the NFL. You find this out, once you get in there or somebody tell you and you believe them, the same thing is going to happen with the play on the field. It's some people out here that's 28, 26. Their bodies are bigger than yours. They've been doing this longer. And God heaven forbid if he go up against somebody like Shiloh. Let's be real. Shedeur, if the Bucks play the Jacksonville Jaguars and you got Shiloh safety on Travis, whether he just chasing him down, delivering a tackle, come on now. Travis ain't got that big. He did get a lot of muscle in his arms. I give him that. But he ain't bulk up like that. Not against Shiloh. Because I remember that UCLA hit. Whoo, that was something else. So, it's one of those things, a lot of things Travis going to learn on the job. A lot of things he going to learn. Yeah, I don't have to take class, but I don't have as much free time. I listened to Russell Wilson talk about how he had to go work out like at 5:30 in the morning. And he tries to be diligent and make time to be a father. And she was like, oh, it's 5:30. Come with me to Soul Cycle. And he was like, and as much as Russ loves Sierra, he was like, I don't want to go to that. But, that's his wife. So he was like, I really didn't want to go to that. I got to watch film. I got to do this before practice, but he said he went with her, but he said he's in the back. And that's the kind of thing that happens to these married guys. When you get in, you ready, and this happens to anybody when you marry. If you travel, when you get in, you just want to chill out. But then you got kids and a spouse, and somebody wants your attention. They ain't seen you all day. And that's the thing. That's what becomes the balancing act. So a lot of these things, Travis gonna have to learn. He's not just new to the NFL wide receiver schemes, cornerback schemes. New husband. That's a lot. And that might be why they like, who's cornerback too? Let's just see. They might realize that's a lot. So it'll take him time to get all of it, but it's not going to go like he think. Because if there's got a Shiloh out there coming up against him, he going to take some hits. Jimmy is running routes in the receiving tree that CU didn't have him exercising at all. What did it say? It said Jimmy is running routes in a receiving tree that CU didn't have him exercising at all. I don't know what you mean by that, James. Let me know what you mean by that. Juju was chosen by Prime because Juju has a strong present father, and Prime's prerequisite on how to select QBs. Same goes for Salter. Yeah, they both come from strong families. I've seen more of Caden's family. And Caden is with select QBs and he looked good. So I'm proud of him and whoever decided to do that. And somebody need to hire that young man and put them on their staff and let all their QBs go to him. But he got a lot of QBs now. I don't know what happened to the guy, Kyron, at Virginia Tech. If anybody know where Kyron is he still the QB at Virginia Tech? Did he move on? Is he still playing college ball? Did he go to the league, etc.? Let me know, because see, it was three of them. It was Cam, Kyron, and Shedeur. That's who was all in Miami working out together. They ain't going nowhere. No, you're right. They're not going nowhere. And I think now that they see what happened to Isaiah Augustave, if somebody else try to post him, they're like, I'm out. You see, they tried to post Travis. $1.5 million. He could have went to any one of three schools. All they wanted him to do was lead Coach Prime's program. So when the rest of these guys get these offers, you better ask yourself, they trying to do me like Travis. They just want me to leave the program. They don't care where I go, which means they didn't care what his ceiling truly was. It was just about depleting Coach Prime of valuable elite talent. Zebra vote name for referee. What's that, Salafi? Name for referee? It say happy Saturday. Hey, Kiel, welcome back. Salafi say despite the BS, yes. Despite the BS, yes. They said the ribs ain't nothing to play with the help of Marshall Faulk. Oh, the running back. Lord, I'm like, the what? I must be hungry. We got ribs for dinner. They said the running backs ain't nothing to play with the help of Marshall Faulk. I believe it, because when Marshall Faulk came in, y'all know the first thing it was. He said He said, I'm noticing some hesitancy. And I was like, he's right, because I noticed it too. Like when they be, you know what we noticed? We could never get through the pile. Like it was only Michael Welch for the most part. Then Isaiah Agustave when it was the tush push, but that actually ended up being Michael Welch too. But we mean like Ashton Genty, you not afraid to run through the traffic. That's what he meant by there was hesitancy, and I'm pretty sure they licked that. And you know who I think gonna be good this year? What's the guy that came from Ohio State that didn't have a really great season last season? Number 7. Anybody remember his name? I think he gonna be good. And of course, Michael Welch is there. Then we lost Agustave. We do still have Charlie Offerdal, who was productive. So that's 3. Who's number 4? Did we get some more running backs? Who's at least the top 4 running backs? In other words, did we get anybody to place Agustave, or are they gonna stick with the 3? Charlie, Micah, and the guy that's number 7. Let me know. Let me know y'all's thoughts. Oh, we got a number 36, but he looked like a freshman. Let me know. It said they mad at Coach Prime because he is showing these players they need former NFL players with experience, teaching them what it takes, and they hate that. Yeah, and you know what you say, you know what else they hate? They hate that Coach Prime came in and got it done like that. Some of these guys, it take them 5 years to get a program together. That was one of the major differences and the major fears that they had. See, what a lot of people not realizing is Shedeur and Coach Prime was basically enduring the same thing. Shedeur endured it through in the draft, and we see it in Cleveland. Coach Prime endured it the moment he said he was coming to the Power 5. The moment it was announced he was coming to the Colorado. Oh, he can't do it. Why? Because he black. They just did not want the doors open for black head coaches. That's all it is. That's all it is. Just like in NFL, 17-32. It's the same thing. And you know what? I think they know that. Because I saw something that Coach Prime posted. And it said, I keep it in my phone. It was essentially saying, hold on one second, let me get it. Yeah, despite what they say, they know what time it is. They know exactly what time it is. Coach Prime looked like he reposted something that somebody had posted, or somebody that's using his account know what time it is. Because sometimes I don't think it's always Coach Prime posting too. But everybody don't have his password either. It said, you've come too far to be pulled back by people who still haven't moved an inch. That means people that are stuck in the past. You have come too far to be pulled back from where your path is by people who are stuck in the past. That's what that is. They know what time it is. They know what time it is. They know exactly what time it is. So, with that being the case, and Coach Prime starting to speak up, because now that his heart has healed after being stabbed in it, because that's what happened, and that's probably why he was speechless. They colluded together and decided who it was. They was gonna stab in the back. Who was gonna take the fall? Coach Prime. And the fans like, screw y'all. All these tickets over here sold out because we finna do what we finna do over here. And our guys all made it past that. And that's not what they expected to happen. So I don't know how he gonna move forward. I know he's forgiven. I know Coach Prime is forgiven, but I don't know. I don't know how you move forward with people who have betrayed you the way that they did. This didn't just happen at a country club and nobody know about it. This happened in front of 7.3 million people. His son got publicly humiliated, defamed, and devalued in front of 7.3 million people, and they blamed him for it. He was misguided by his father. This Coach Prime fault. That's ugly, bro. That's evil. That's evil. That's not mean-spirited. That is downright evil. That's just as evil as scalping black people and stuffing your furniture and your cushions with their hair. That's that kind of evil. Yep. So I don't know how he moves past that, but he has to, because why? He has students that have to be scouted. So these guys got to come back to this university. Some of them gonna be afraid to because they guilty or they work for the organization that's guilty. Some of them gonna be like, I wonder what he thinking, but he ain't gonna let on. You see how well Shedeur handle himself. Coach Prime gonna handle himself just as well, and he knows that it's not about him. He knows that I got Caden that got to go to the league, so I got to maintain these relationships, the same relationships that got 15 or 16 buffs associated with NFL teams. Despite where anybody is, it don't matter. The point is, it happened. He got to move forward despite what they did to Shedeur, what they did to Shiloh, what they did to Jimmy, what they did to Lajohntay, what they did to him. Because he got guys that he got on his back. He got to take care of these guys. Y'all know he love these guys to life. He not going to let nothing stop Caden from getting what Caden deserves. He going to try his best, but he know what he up against now. And that's what happened. You keep moving forward, but you move forward accordingly. Accordingly. And you know, what's crazy is the man was just on the stage at the Ring of Honor. This is fresh relationships. It's not like this is high school reunion. He had seen him in 40 years and they stabbed him in the back. No, he was just standing there talking to Jerry Jones because I saw it myself. I miss little Dylan Edwards. What happened to him, Terrence? They say he got tricked out of his spot too. Did he make it to the league this year? And Farrakhan's son got wheels. What? Yeah, you talking about Khalil, right? Khalil X. Yep. Yeah. I'm telling you, that wide receiver room is good. It is. Omarion, I think Omarion is technically the leader. And he a dog. I mean, they all good. And Caden, Lord, Caden is accurate. It's crazy to me how CU could replicate a second elite wide receiver core. How they could replicate and have and develop and possess two more deep ball accurate QBs, Juju and Caden. Do y'all understand Juju and Caden are offshoots of Shedeur? So essentially, while Travis and Shedeur and Jimmy and Lajohntay and Will Sheppard have moved on, most to the NFL, and I hope for Will Sheppard to be able to get back there too. We got another elite wide receiver core. That's gonna be fun to watch. The Georgia Tech game. I wear my Colorado stuff all around here. But this time it's gonna have a different meaning. Because you know, they see me now and they don't think nothing. This is Georgia Tech all over the place. But they don't think anything of it. But see, now it's something at stake. Now, the first game, and see, they got a chip on their shoulder. But see, our guys got something to prove too. Our guys got something to prove too. That's what Goldberg and it was saying. It said CU was hurt about what happened in the draft. And I'm like, can they sue? Because they try to hurt y'all program, and y'all came a long way. And you shouldn't be happy and just sit back and let people hurt the program. But then what do we have? We have referees that do damage also. And I'm like, see you, y'all got to step it on up. Y'all going to have to go ahead on and work them networking relationships at y'all country clubs or something and make sure they know they can't play with y'all like that. But, you know, we still keep going. We still keep going. So, yeah, Khalil Farrakhan, of course, he going to be a dog. Yep, that's fact. He has self-worth at too. He came into this world with self-worth. I think it's in his DNA. Yeah, I agree with that. It said Caleb Math is one of the best route runners on the team. What? Okay. Lil Caleb? Are you talking about Lil Caleb? Or somebody else? Jeffrey Williams. Remember that guy that I said his name started with a J? I think that's his name. I know it's Williams, but I think it might be Jeffrey or something else. That dude is good. He has a good vertical leap like Jimmy. It said, did you watch Coach Prime interview last night? Yes, I did. Thank you, Saeed. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hold them zebras accountable. Who? Oh, you're talking about the refs. Oh, okay. You're talking about the refs, Salafi. Okay, yeah. Miller. Salafi said Saeed as okay. They having a conversation. All right. All right. It said that's a good point. Thank you for that, Miller. It said nobody asked Joe to be a mentor. You know what? I didn't hear anybody ask him that, but since I know that they have Joe sharing a locker with Jerry Judy, they trying to de facto make Joe the de facto QB, and they talking about they trying to justify his presence and keeping him. He has all of this wisdom. He's older than everybody. He can show them this and show them that. I'm like, these dudes 23. How old is it? Some of their daddies might be 40. I don't know. But they're trying to make Joe the de facto starter by acting like he's the grand wizard with all of this information and that he has all of this age and all of this experience. But you can't deny the fact that Shedeur Sanders is pro ready. So you're going to have to figure something out. Because also, Joe Flacco has not played a full, more than 16 games since 2017. And in fact, he played 16 games. So there we go. According to Browns fans, the Browns beat writers are the worst. Yes, they are. Flacco saw the bull and called the media on it. I saw the way he handled that lady. I keep calling her Mary Catherine or Mary Kate and Ashley because, she tripping. Keep the same energy. Yes, that's the answer. Keep the same energy. So, y'all, we're going to get ready to get out of here. We're an hour in. We're going to say good night for tonight. I'm going to eat, I guess, my ribs. I'm going to eat these ribs. I know they're good. We'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. to catch up on everything. Again, it should be quiet because obviously, the guys don't come back till Tuesday. OTAs start Tuesday, but they're still probably working out every day. I think it should just be relatively quiet. I'm probably going to tap in to see you and maybe try to catch up on some footage from Bucky's channel to see what's going on because he didn't post today, I don't think. So everybody might be just taking some quiet time before things ramp up and just get back up there. All right. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Maybe we start wrapping up our conversations. 100 of us, 55 likes. Please hit the like button. Just take a minute and hit the like button. Let's feed the algorithm. It helps the channel grow. We can all get to the next level together. And it feels like family when we meet in the evening. I think it's great. But just take a moment and hit the like button for me. Political Lil, thank you so much for holding it down, moderators. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Let the truth be told. Lynn Swan, Stallworth, Franco, and Rocky made Bradshaw famous. Oh, was that the Pittsburgh Steelers from back in the day? It said Kurt Flood ended sports plantation slavery. Kurt Flood. Oh, Political Lil. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It said, don't forget Shedor's dreams. God warned him, and he didn't like what he saw. I'm proud of him, though. Yep, I'm proud of him, too. He handling it well. And he stood tall through the 3 days. He did. Kurt Flood, equal emancipation. Oh, okay. Thank you for that, Political Lil. They all should have been gone by round 4. Right. Every last one of them. I totally agree with that. Who is that? Miller? Yep. Felissa. Hey, Felissa, welcome. Felissa, welcome back. They want CU buff players at a discount. They were able to break Joe Gilliam's soul. Yeah, they did. That was heartbreaking. We'll be talking about him next week. That was sad. All right, y'all. So we're going to say goodnight. Y'all had excellent engagement in the chat again. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you so much. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you. I'll see y'all, I guess, tomorrow when y'all come back. What you say, thank you. Thank you so much for the compliment and the kind words. Great show again. Yes, it is evil. Tina, yes. It is just as evil as scalping people and using their scalp and their hair to fill your cushions for your furniture for you to sit on. That's the same type of evil that is. And when people are like that, you can't turn your back on them at all. And if they stab you in the back and you got to still somehow associate with them, then you have to treat them accordingly. You have to move accordingly. And remember who you're dealing with. And see, that's what came out of all of this. Now we all know who they're dealing with. So we keep receipts as we move forward because you never know when you might need them. All right, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Ryan Nicole. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports.